power behind it.
Bruno, what do we know about his opponent? There goes another clothesline.
Well, in all honesty, I can't say that I know that much about David Meltzer. I know this, that obviously he's not a veteran. He may have only a few years experience, but unfortunately, when you put a man like...
Welcome to another episode of Newsstand versus Newsletter. I am your host, the future Hall of Famer Scotty B, which is not written on the screen, but that's okay. That's still the name. You guys have watched enough for episodes to know what the name is. I'm going to bring my co-host on right now, the Mr. Andrew, no last name needed. Look back at some of the older episodes around, the 25-minute mark. He'll tell you what it is. And there he is, smoking the vape cigarette. He doesn't want to pay for the real cigarettes, people. That's why he's smoking. Don't think it's a health reason. It's a money reason.
This is actually cannabis.
Oh, I can't have that. Well, I apologize. You're probably going to have to spend a couple years in jail. But regardless, we'll start up pretty quick. This week, we are doing 1995. This is one hell of a bad year in pro wrestling, but it's interesting. It's going to be fun to see who gets what because the whole year sucked. So, I mean, ECW was good. Japan was good.
Mm-hmm.
WCW.
WCW after Nitro was good.
Yeah, but before that was really bad. I mean, going back when we were doing the whole thing, we were rewatching pay-per-views from back then. I mean, the 94 stuff was great up to until Hogan gets in there. But you look at 95, man, they are some just. Are we watching WWE again? That's what it kind of felt like. It was just.
Are we watching WWE from like 5 years ago?
Yeah,
or 6 years ago.
It was done badly. But I'll be guilty of a guy who went to WCW more because I was a Hogan guy, and I went there because I liked Hogan. But regardless, so that's where we're at there. So, quick question. Let's do what we always do. Let's jump into sports first.
Sure.
So we're going to start with the NFL. In 1995, Cincinnati Bengals selected K. John Carter from Penn State. I remember this guy. This guy actually was supposed to be really good. He was running back, and he tore his ACL the first year and came back the next year, and just was never the same. But he was actually, when he started, he was half decent. This was my first year really watching football. So, I watched it 93 a bit, 94, but 95 was my first year into it. And I remember this guy coming back in 96. It was like a big deal, and he just faded off pretty much. I want you to guess who had the best record in the NFL that year.
49ers? Oh, it was the 49ers.
Kansas City Chiefs, baby. 13-3. We had the best. I think we had the best. I know we had the best defense. We had the best run offense, and I'm pretty sure we had really good passing. I'll tell you something funny about that year. Finished 13-3, dominated the whole year through. We played Indy, who just squeaked into the playoffs, and we fucking lost 10-7. Indy, we missed 3 field goals, and I'm talking chip shots. Fucking chip shots. And I was so angry. And the funny story goes, that was my first year being a big fan. And a friend of mine who lived down the hill from me. I lived up the hill. I had this big Kansas City Chiefs jacket. Remember the 90s Chiefs? The 90s jackets were just so flashy, right?
Yeah, the starter jackets.
Yeah, I had one of them. I had a Kansas City one. And my friend said, I would never get hit by, he said, you just walked out of my house, head down, and walked up the hill. And you just seen all them lights, the colors for the jackets. So my first year of getting some very disappointing years with Kansas City. Guess who had the worst record?
Was it Seattle?
Oh, no. Who always has the worst record in the NFL?
Jets.
Well, not anymore. Oh, the Jets, 13-3. It's
you mean 3-13 there?
3-13. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Dallas beats Pittsburgh in the Super Bowl 27-17. Most valuable player of the league was I don't know where I thought Patrick Mahomes. Brett Favre. Ray Rhodes was the coach of the year, Philadelphia. Brett Favre was the offensive player of the year. Bryce Pullip was the defensive player of the year. Go ahead.
Was Montana still playing in 95?
No, he retired in 94.
Okay. Who is the quarterback?
Steve Bono for us. Yeah. So Bryce
I think it was Warren Moon for us.
Yeah, we had Warren Moon for a little bit. I think in 91. But anyway, sorry, I am trying to get back. There we are. Bryce Pullip, I don't know who this linebacker for Buffalo, was the defensive player of the year. Rookie of the year, offensively, was Curtis Martin, running back for New England. Everyone knew who he was. Hugh Douglas, defensive end for the Jets, was the defensive rookie of the year. Comeback player of the year, Jim Harbaugh, for Indianapolis and Garrison Hurst for the Arizona Cardinals. I don't know if they did it like for each conference. And the man of the year, Boomer Esiason. That was the man of the year. And Super Bowl MVP, Larry Brown, cornerback for Dallas Cowboys. Major League Baseball. Who had the best record in Major League Baseball in 1995?
Was it the Braves?
No, Cleveland. Cleveland had... It's funny.
That was my second guess.
And I'll tell you what, it's watching. My camera is a little better this time. Reason is I'm using my phone, and I have my phone perched on my laptop, and I'm trying to maneuver between the actual tabs, and it's not easy. Indians, 100 wins and 44 losses. The worst record, and it's crazy. It's two teams in baseball, and that's super weird. They actually had that luck to have the same record, but it was actually two teams that year that had the worst record.
The worst? I'm going to guess Pirates and Mets.
Nope. Toronto Blue Jays, which I'm not a Blue Jays guy, but it's surprising in 95 they go down that quickly. 56 and 88. Also the Minnesota Twins, 56 and 88. Atlanta Braves beat the Cleveland Indians in the World Series 4-2. Rookie of the year was Hideki Nomo for LA, which he really kind of fell down after a little bit. He didn't do that great. Marty Cordova from Minnesota, Cy Young. Well, it's obviously an Atlanta player because they fucking won the Cy Young every year for the 90s. Greg Max. Yeah, it was Max won the Cy Young. Randy Johnson won it for Seattle in the American League. Manager of the year, Don Baylor for Colorado and Lou Piniella for Seattle. Definitely see why that's it. I know Seattle made the playoffs that year, and Colorado made the playoffs that year, which was really crazy because they just got into the league a couple years before. Most valuable player, Barry Larkin for Cincinnati. Mo Vaughn for Boston. Because Boston made the playoffs here too. NBA, best record and worst record.
Was the best record San Antonio?
You are a smart man. Look at you, buddy. Look at you. Yeah, San Antonio 62 and 20. Who had the worst record?
I'm gonna guess Clippers, just because
it was the Clippers. It was, and they were 17 and 65.
Wow.
Houston beats Orlando 4-9 in the finals. Most valuable player Davis Robinson for San Antonio. Co-rookies of the year Jason Kidd for Dallas. Grant Hill for Detroit Pistons. I always think Jason Kidd in New Jersey. Like him in Dallas is weird to me. I never think of that.
See, I think I'm more in Dallas because I was really into NBA in the 90s. So, like, if you were on a team then, that's a team that I always see you as. Yeah. Like, even with Charles Barkley, I think I'm more as a Sun than as a 76er.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I do too. Defensive player of the year, the Kepa Mutombo for Denver. Sixth man of the year, Anthony Mason for the Knicks. Most improved player, Dana Barrows for the Sixers, and coach of the year, Dal Harris for the LA Lakers. I'm not doing hockey because we already did that. That's the one where I screwed up the years. That's where Ottawa had won 9 games and all that shit. So if anyone's really that interested in the hockey one, just go back and look at the 94
one. It was a shortened season too.
But I screwed that up. So yeah. So let's jump into what we're doing in 1995, and then we're going to hop into the awards. So what were you doing in 1995, Mr. Andrew?
I was starting high school.
Yeah, same here.
It was my first year in high school.
First year of freedom.
And also, conversely, because it's a full 12 months, it was also my last year of junior high. And 95, really, it's funny because if you look at WCW, for example, when I was just finishing up junior high, we were still getting worldwides.
Oh, yeah.
And it was
we were still getting we were in high school. We were still getting we were in high school, so but a little bit.
But like when we started high school, that's when Nitro started. So it coincided with Nitro. So it's kind of like you've got the September and onward and before September. And before September, I was just a little kid in kid school, and then I'm an adult going to high school. So now you're like an adult watching WCW. You go from studio wrestling to arenas.
Oh man. I remember being in high school, like when Fall Brawl happened. And I don't remember how I remembered talking to people and someone had seen it. Oh yeah, like da-da-da. So that sounds pretty cool. It sounded cool. Like I said, we're watching like studio shit. It was garbage. And with Nitro, just the Flair and Anderson cage match, Pillman stuff. Even like what else did they have going on then? Like even the Hogan stuff wasn't really that. It was still bad, but it was a little bit different.
It was really bad.
But Hogan went side. I'm just trying to defend it a little bit, all right?
Well, the thing about 95 is just that the WWF was
shit.
really, really shit. Really shit. And also, it's for me personally, my first year online.
Yeah.
So these things started to become
Kinda
something
silly.
that I still would get them because I remember having this particular magazine, and I also remember getting the PWI 500 even in 97. And still getting the WCW magazines in 98.
Well, shit, we were getting them in 2000. I remember in 2000 we were still getting magazines. And
The
stuff
WoW
at the store.
magazines.
Yeah.
Going to like Lawton's and getting them, but it became more of like a habit, getting out of habit as opposed to necessity. It used to be you had to get these to find out what was going on, and now all of a sudden these, like, you already knew these were behind. Now they're really behind because you've been on the internet.
And the thing about it is too, I mean, the problem with the internet was we didn't know, like, you just went on, and I mean, I remember going on like some real shitty sites that really, really sucked. And like, you know, just getting on the internet, and I got on the internet in July of 96, like June, July. So I was around the time of the NWO thing. We're not going to go too much into 96 where we went through that year. But my whole thing with me, same year thing, starting high school, which was really cool. Got freedom, thank God, man. Because I went from being, this is where you can sit. Like, I went to a school where across the street, that's it. Now it's like, man, we can go uptown. It's just where we live at. It was called uptown, not downtown. And
that's how you know somebody's not actually from St. John when they call it downtown, because it causes like pause. Like, what do you mean downtown?
And I remember going through. Did you go? Let me before we get this is the last thing with our personal life. Did you get into a bad habit of cuffing school?
Not so much in 95. My first semester in high school, I was fine. Second semester, that's when it started to be a problem, and the next year was really bad. Like my 96 and 97 was really bad, but it happened more, I think, when I near the end of the school year, when you know you've already either passed it or not, and that's when you just hang around at Brunswick Square. And also we were big proprietors of playing basketball in the gym in between classes, and sometimes we would just stay there if there was no gym class.
Yeah, I was bad my first semester of really, like, I got no, probably my second to last, like first year, but I was cuffing like a maniac. And I remember coming home one day, my mother being like, the school called. I'm like, oh, God damn it. And she's like, oh, no, you can cuff all you want. You don't have to go to school. I'm like, oh, this is great. So, but if you get kicked out, you're kicked out of the house. I was like, oh, well, that's not going to work out for me. Like,
do you know that's a very New Brunswick thing to say? Maybe even just St. John.
What's that?
Well, when I was growing up in elementary school, it was called jigging.
Okay.
And
I remember that. Yeah.
It carried over to junior high. And then when I went to high school, that was the first time I ever heard the word cuff.
Yeah.
And out here, I've said it. And people looked at me like I have 8 heads. Like, you did handcuffs? You cuff people?
Yeah, maybe that's what it's from. Who knows? Because back in the day, I think they used to arrest people that didn't go to school.
Yeah,
all right.
True.
So we're gonna jump into the awards, everybody. We're gonna start with rookie.
You always forget.
What's that?
I have to do in memoriam.
Yes, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Who we lost in 1995? We got John Ayers, Art Barr. I could have sworn he died in 94, unless
I thought he did too. Late. It was like November. They might have counted for 95 because they didn't do. Yeah. I
guess. Adrian Ballargerion, Jerry Crusher Blackwell, Ilio DiPaolo, Eddie Gilbert, Killer Carl Krupp, Treach Phillips, Chuck Popeye Richards, Big John Studd, and the Alaskan Jay York.
Okay.
Out of those deaths,
well, is it Eddie Gilbert? Where's Eddie Gilbert at in that? He died in 95, didn't he?
Yeah, I mentioned him.
Oh, sorry, I was been thinking of something else. Biggest one? I mean, Art Barr is pretty big deal. Like, he's one of the, but I'd go Eddie Gilbert.
That's 94. See, I think Studd. He had a bigger national presence.
Yeah, I guess, but Eddie was more like a shock because I think we all knew Studd was sick.
Oh yeah. Well, I didn't know about Studd until, and did they acknowledge him on Raw or Superstars? I don't remember on Superstars.
I don't think they did. They were bad for that back then. Yeah, they were dicks.
Because it was Andre, they acknowledged.
Yeah.
They acknowledged David Von Erich, of course. Yeah. They never acknowledged Adrian Adonis.
They acknowledged Rick McGraw, didn't they? I think they acknowledged him.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure they did. They acknowledged.
They didn't acknowledge Kerry Von Erich or Dino Bravo.
Yeah, I don't think they were going to acknowledge Dino as the last person who left this situation. It was rare. They didn't mention Adonis. They didn't mention but they, that's just how they were back then. Very kayfabe oriented. So Rookie of the Year. How about I go first? You down?
Sure.
Okay. I want you to guess who it is. I gotta get my list out. That would help.
Is it Alex Wright?
Yeah, that's who it is. Pierre Aguayo. Is that how I can't pronounce this friggin' name?
Aguayo. So it's Perito, as they call him, because they always say Ito. It's like a junior.
So we have a lot of people in on this. I kind of look able to pronounce half these names, so I apologize ahead of time. Number 2, KGB. Number 3, Chris Canyon. Number 4, Bomber Akara. Who the hell's that? Okay. Then I'm not going through the rest. No one knows who they are, so it doesn't matter. But yes, he wins Rookie of the Year with a lot of votes, a ton of votes. 2,497. KGB comes with 581. So yeah, it's a lot of votes there. Rookie of the Year for you. It's PWI 95. Oh my god, that is extremely hard. Renegade. Who is it? Alex Wright?
Alex Wright.
Yeah, makes sense.
Alex Wright wins it with 26,192 votes. Okay. First runner-up is Sergeant Craig Pittman with 15,219 votes. Second runner-up is Lawrence Taylor with 12,995 votes. It's true.
It'd just be a minimum of like 5 matches before you get voted in, but that's fine.
And then Mad Maxine, not the Mad Maxine from the 80s. This is the Mad Maxine who I believe would change her name to Mickey Knuckles, if you've ever heard that name in IWA Mid-South. Anyway, if that's indeed her, I believe it is. And honorable mentions include the Renegade, the Gargoyle, Colorado Kid, and Ubas, who was, of course, Sabu spelled backwards.
Oh, interesting. Super. So let's jump into the next award, Manager of the Year. I'm picking for you, the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart.
Not quite.
Jamie Cornette, eh?
Oh, he did. He won it.
Look at that. He won it. Interesting. How much?
25,762 votes. And first runner-up is Sherry Martel with 12,910 votes. Second runner-up is Colonel Robert Parker with 10,974 votes. And third runner-up is Woman with 7,203 votes. Honorable mentions include Paul Bearer, Paulie Dangerously, Ted DiBiase, Jimmy Hart, Kevin Sullivan, Sonny, and Harvey Whippleman.
Oh, interesting. Jimmy's so low.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Sorry about that. All right, it's late. Okay, so guess who won my Manager of the Year?
Is it also Cornette?
Oh man, they might as well rename the whole fucking award. He never loses it. He's always winning Manager of the Year. Let's take a look at the other ones here. Jim Cornette, Paulie Dangerously, Brandon Baxter, Woman, Sonny, Sister Sherry, Ted DiBiase, Robert Parker, Jimmy Hart, and Stevie Richards. So yes, I mean, goddamn it, it doesn't matter if Jim Cornette didn't manage a fucking one match of that goddamn year. They're gonna give it to him anyway. It's the Jim Cornette Award. So
honestly, I think that's more for his Smoky Mountain work than for his WWF work, because WWF in '95, what was he doing? Like, he was managing
Owen, wasn't he? Owen and Yoko?
Yeah, Owen and Yoko. Was he managing Owen by himself, or was it only when he was with Yoko?
I'm not sure because I didn't watch.
Oh yeah, because you got Davey Boy involved there in September, so that's when Camp Cornette really started.
But it's fine. I mean, it's understandable that year. I just seen some years where there's no goddamn way he should have won Manager of the Year.
Yeah.
But
by
the way,
at this point, the managers it was a dying art, kind of like tag teams, as we'll see soon.
Yeah. So the next one is Heel of the Year, which I'm going to start with. That's your most hated. That's mine. Obviously, everyone knows that. Let's go with you. Pick who mine is.
Yeah, I'm going to think here. That's tough. That's tough.
It's a bit of a. I'm surprised by it.
Is it Shane Douglas?
It's funny. Your camera froze at one point. You were just like this.
That was me.
I'm just waiting for okay. Once it unfreezes, I'll take it. So Master Chono wins Heel of the Year. He gets let's see, 1,000 votes. Ric Flair number 2 at 871 votes. Cactus Jack 562. Vader at 423. I mean, they fucking killed Vader that year, man. They destroyed his whole heel run. That bullshit with Hogan.
Raven, right at the start of the year.
That power bomb. Oh, I'm just gonna jump up on the power bomb. Raven, Sandman, Psychosis, Tank Abbott, which should not be in there because he's not a fucking wrestler.
That's true. But you think about it. Imagine Earthquake on Brother Love show gives Hogan his whoopee splash, and Hogan gets up and starts puffing his chest. The whole angle's gone.
Oh, Hogan, that was and listen, I'm a Hogan guy, dude. But that killed Vader permanently. That fucked him permanently. You bring him to WWF in 96, you try to get heat on him. I mean, yeah, he attacks Gorilla, but he gets hurt anyway. He was hurt before that. And comes back and he works with Shawn. Shawn fucking fucks him over, basically, in that match with SummerSlam.
Going from Hogan to Shawn. I mean, talk about bad luck as far as political opponents.
And then, what does he do then? Goes to a 6-man tag, shit like that. Fucking ruins his whole. Thank God he went to Japan and got it back.
His 97's underrated. You get that awesome Final Four match. He's a good foil for Undertaker. They have a good match at Canadian Stampede.
Yeah,
I like his stuff against Bradshaw.
Yeah, they still fucked him.
Shamrock, he has a good match at Shamrock.
Hogan fucked them. Hogan, you got to take a look at Vader in 92, 93, 94. He's a killer.
Yeah.
He's a fucking killer. And then
you would
Hogan
think
told him.
if Hogan was smart, you would think he would see that coming a mile away and say, I can make money with this guy.
Nah, Hogan doesn't care.
Because people can buy him as a threat. Nobody bought Butcher as a threat. Nobody in their wildest dreams thought Beefcake had a chance of walking out of there with the title. People bought Vader. And Hogan's like, nah.
Can't do that, brother.
Doesn't work for me.
Your most hated, I'm going to go with Ric Flair. Oh, Jerry Lawler for 95 reasons why he's most fucking hated, the creep bastard.
Jerry Lawler wins it with 18,093 votes.
Fucking shitty. That year's garbage for Lawler. He's a fucking bum.
Hey, he does that awesome kiss my foot match.
Oh, I know. It's amazing. Unbelievable. Fucking amazing. Something embarrassing. You try to watch that in front of people who don't like wrestling and go, God damn it. I'm going to switch over to football.
Yeah, switch over to porn. It's less embarrassing. The first runner-up is Kevin Sullivan with 15,812 votes. Second runner-up is the Gangstas with 12,892 votes.
They should be fucking 1 times 100. Oh my God. I totally forgot. And not to cut you off with that. We're talking about dropping audio stuff. If anyone's never seen the Gangsters and Smoky Mountain do their promos, you got to look it up. It's fucking insane. It is absolutely crazy. The OJ references. Anyway, keep going.
Third runner-up is Davey Boy Smith with 10,503 votes. And honorable mentions include Arn Anderson, Bob Backlund, Dean Douglas. That's probably why he didn't win. Oh, so stupid. Ric Flair, Owen Hart, Jeff Jarrett, Kama, Lex Luger, Mabel, Meng, Brian Pillman, Big Bubba Rogers, Skip, Sid Vicious, and Yokozuna.
So every fucking heel in the comp.
Every heel. Yeah. Every heel got a vote.
Yeah, well, that's what that is. I'm gonna go. I don't know. Chono, I guess. What's that?
Oh, as far as
yeah, I don't really care.
Where did you side on Rookie of the Year?
I'll go with Wright. I'm gonna go with Wright on that one because Wright had a pretty good 95.
Okay. So right now they're tied, but I won't keep that as public knowledge. I'll reveal that at the end.
So the next one's for you, inspirational wrestler of the year. I'm gonna guess Ric Flair. I keep going back to Flair.
In 95?
No, that was my bad. Let me think again. The Sheik. Didn't he get all fucked up in Japan? Oh my fuck, Barry Horowitz. When did the Sheik come back and wrestle? Well, I thought it was 95. He died. He came back and wrestled in Japan, then died in 96 because he got hit by a fucking cab in Japan.
He didn't die in 96.
When did he die again? No, 03. Fuck, I'm all over the place. Just go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead. My brain's done.
So Barry Horowitz wins it with 22,361 votes. First runner-up is Sabu with 16,126 votes. Second runner-up is Antonio Inoki with 14,237 votes. Third runner-up is Dan Severn with 12,109 votes. And honorable mentions include Bob Backlund, Diesel, Bret Hart, Hulk Hogan, Jeff Jarrett, Lawrence Taylor, Luna Vachon, and Savio Vega.
They fucking love Lawrence Taylor, don't they?
I don't know what he's doing getting all these votes.
I don't know, fucking marks. Okay, so mine is the most disgusting tactic by a promotion.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, go ahead. I'm bringing up my notes.
I'm feeling it's probably not that disgusting. Is it like the Dungeon of Doom?
Call the WCW hotline now for all of the latest wrestling news. Get behind-the-scenes insider info. Plus, now you can play wrestling trivia and win great prizes. Get all of this and exclusive interviews and merchandise offers by calling the WCW hotline at 1-900-909-9900. Calls cost $1.49 per minute. Kids, get your parents' permission, but call right now.
Now, funny thing, two things about that I wanted to mention. And I'll get into what are you looking at? You all right there? You getting robbed or something?
I just noticed something in my, because I have a mirror here, so it causes reflection. So I think it's here, but it's actually over there.
Okay, so you lost your mind. Okay, two things. Did you ever call that hotline?
I tried. Because we live in Canada, it wasn't applicable. And the very first time I went to the States with my mom, I remember I couldn't wait.
Yeah,
I couldn't wait to go to a payphone, but it was a payphone, so I couldn't use it.
I think I downloaded like a clip of it once and heard it, and it takes them fucking forever to get to the news, dude. They putt the fuck along. And did you ever hear you know how they say in 199 get your parents' permission? You know what that's about, right? It's like some weird law they place. Brian Alvarez has told a story that he got in big shit for one of his hotlines before that he didn't put that on there, and someone tried to sue him and stuff over it.
Oh, wow.
Because like some fucking kid probably called and jacked up the phone bill. But yeah, I guess that's what it's there for. And I guess if you ever run, I mean, no one's running a hotline nowadays. Back then you had to put it in there. But yeah, that was a pretty disgusting tactic. Not disgusting, but it was fucking greasy because they'd rip you right off. Number two, the Giant being billed as the son of Andre. That was just cheap. Yeah. Number three, Shawn Michaels fakes aneurysm stroke. Number four, I remember this one. Oakland 900 line teases on Blackwell. Remember? A former world champion is dead. Everyone thought it was Flair. WCW exploiting the MDA and Fall Brawl promos. Giant being thrown off the top of Cobo Arena. Remember that garbage? Incredibly strange wrestling. I don't know what that is. Have you ever heard of that?
Yep, that was a promotion out of California that had one wrestler named Harley Racist. They also they had one guy whose whole thing was that he would try to give you AIDS.
Oh yeah, I seen a clip of that. Yeah, I seen some of that shit. That was really fucked up.
Yeah,
that was
really fucked up. Wrestling.
I will say it was slightly entertaining, but it's really fucking mad. That's really fucked up. That could be the most disgusting. Spoken about wrestling using racism for gangster heat. That was pretty bad. This one's stupid. WCW trashed WWF on Nitro. Like, who cares? They're saying
disgusting. That's disgusting.
More disgusting than ECW crucifying Tommy Dreamer. Like, I don't know what the fuck these voters are doing, but regardless, that's fucking stupid. But anyway, let me get my format out here. But that's that. I got to go with like probably the gangster stuff. I'm not disgusted by it, but if you want to go with something bad, or Incredibly Strange Wrestling is really fucked up.
Yeah, but Incredibly Strange Wrestling and the Gangsters, they're both relatively local. So in order to that stuff worked in the 80s with because everything was territorial, so you only saw your own territory. But by this point, if it wasn't on national TV, it had no chance of winning an award like that.
So what would you pick out of them? What would you say is the most disgusting thing out of all that?
Honestly, I don't think any of it's disgusting.
Cheap one, I'd probably go with the Michaels thing. That was pretty fucking cheap.
Yeah, but it's a wrestling angle. You know?
Yeah, whatever. I don't care. But anyway, let's go to most improved. You're up first. And I'm going to guess Diesel.
Good guess.
Diamond Dallas Page.
Weird.
He's not really at that point yet. 95, like, I mean, he's kind of just the same, wouldn't he?
Well, if you look at his 94 stuff, he looks out of place on pay-per-views. He looks like he should be on W7 Main Event or Worldwide. By 95, he's got his act far more down. Like, he doesn't have the baggy pants and the singlet. So yeah, I'd say he improved as far as being most improved. I think you gotta go with Diesel there.
Oh,
but I mean, you could even say Diesel probably had a better case in 94 for being improved.
Because he goes, even though he's champion 95, he goes to fucking shit in 95. That happy-go-lucky Diesel. We all know that's a bunch of bullshit. What's the rest of your stuff?
First runner-up is Tommy Dreamer. Second runner-up are Harlem Heat. Third runner-up is Savio Vega. And honorable mentions include Jesse James Armstrong, Barry Horowitz, and honestly, he probably should have won. From a kayfabe perspective, Jean-Pierre Lafitte, Mabel, Dan Severn, and Taz.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so what are you picking for mine?
I am going to say... Taz?
Here comes Johnny B. Bad, and you don't want to make him mad. He's as pretty as a picture. He looks just like Little Richard.
Watch me get hit with copyright for calling so goddamn long. Go ahead.
I don't know if I agree with that, because if you look at Bad from 94, 95, not a huge goal.
Yeah, that's what they put in there. Mike Whipwreck at 2, Juventud Guerrero at 3, Diamond Dallas Page at 4, Alex Wright at 5, Musa at 6, Sandman at 7, Hector Garza at 8, Steve Richards at 9. 10's a really fucking weird one. Billy Jack Haynes.
What?
I don't know what the hell Billy Jack Haynes was doing in 95.
I think he was a heel in USWA.
Yeah, I guess he was good at it. So we have honorable mentions: Tommy Dreamer, Devin Storm, Reggie Bennett, Kejimoto, Jean-Pierre Lafitte, Atani, Raven, Diesel, Jesse
Raven's
James
a good
Armstrong.
pick.
Yeah, and Jesse James Armstrong. Who was your? Who was your most improved again? I'm getting
DDP.
Yeah, I'll go with DDP on that one. Yeah, I got to go with that. I mean, Johnny B. Bad doesn't really change much between 94 and 95. But, yeah, so. Okay, so we're up to the last one before halftime. We're going to go with Feud of the Year. This is the second one I don't have any music or anything for. I tried it. It didn't fucking work. So I want you to guess who my Feud of the Year was.
Is it... Kawada against Masala? Oh.
Yeah. Dean and Eddie got number 1. Raven and Tommy Dreamer is 2. New Japan versus UWF is 3. Rey Mysterio versus Psychosis is 4. Masawa and Company versus Kawada and Company is 5. USWA versus Smoky Mountain. Cactus and Terry Funk. Public Enemy and the Gangsters. Ric Flair and Randy Savage. And Cactus Jack and Tommy Dreamer. For you guys, 95. Oh my God.
I'll give you a hint.
Mm.
It's kind of similar to what one for you.
Is it the same one? Team Link One Eddie?
Actually, Axel Rotten versus Ian Rotten.
Okay.
But they're all in ECW.
Yeah, that's not a bad one.
Yeah, they went up with 16,203 votes. First runner-up, Harlem Heat versus the Nasty Boys with 15,419 votes. Second runner-up, Jeff Jarrett versus Razor Ramon with 13,281 votes.
Horrible feud.
That second runner-up. That tells you all you need to know about 95. Third runner-up is Ric Flair versus Randy Savage with 10,301 votes. And honorable mentions include Cactus Jack versus the Sandman, Diesel versus Sid Vicious, Tommy Dreamer versus Raven, the Gangsters versus Public Enemy, Eddie Guerrero versus Dean Malenko, Hakushi versus Bret Hart, Hulk Hogan versus Big Van Vader, and Kama versus The Undertaker. Now, just reading that, it just lets you know how awesome ECW was in 95.
Oh, no, ECW kept wrestling going in the States. Yeah. And so I'm going to go with Malenko and Guerrero. That's my pick. Yeah, that's good about that one. So now we're at the halftime show. We don't have any music. We don't have any entertainers. I tried to get YouTube, but they're fucking assholes. Like, we can't do it. They were more worried about the time difference because they're in Ireland. But I was like, God, the hell. So instead of that, we're just going to do the ratings game.
Sure. This is what we do, folks, when we don't have anything better in mind. Although, just now I just had a thought, stuff that we could have done.
We'll just say it. Maybe we'll just wing it. Let's just wing it, maybe.
We didn't really we didn't discuss this is the last year that the WCW Hall of Fame had a class.
You want me to do a Hall of Fame on top of my head? Is that what you're getting at?
No, just like whose Hall of Fame do you think did better? WCW's? WWF's? There was no Observer Hall of Fame yet. That wouldn't come until 96.
96. WWF do a Hall of Fame in 95? No, they didn't do one in 95, did they? I have no way to look because my phone's sitting right there. And I can't look for anything. If you want to take a look and let me know.
I thought they did.
Maybe, yeah. Yes, they actually did. King of the Ring.
Yeah.
In Philly.
I'll take a look at both.
Bring it up. Here. Yeah, bring up both classes. That's my bad because 96 they stopped. 96 they do a Survivor Series, and then they stop in 97. They don't go to 2003.
Yeah. Okay, so the WWF Hall of Fame in 1995. Just please bear with me. My computer's a little slow, probably because
he has an iPhone.
We're doing this. Yeah, that's why.
It's because this is an iPhone.
So the 1995 class. Do you want to know who inducted everyone, or do you just want the class?
No, just tell me the class. I don't care who inducted anybody.
Sure. Antonio Rocca, Big Cat Ernie Ladd, George the Animal Steele, Ivan Putski, the Fabulous Moolah, the Grand Wizard, and Pedro Morales.
Okay. That's when Pedro was in WCW, and that was really weird that they inducted him. He was doing commentating for WCW. Yeah. He wasn't there for it, obviously.
So the WCW Hall of Fame class featured Wahoo McDaniel, Dusty Rhodes, Antonio Inoki, Angelo Poffo, Terry Funk, Big John Studd, and Gordon Soley.
I'm going to go with the WWF one because I feel like the WCW one has done us favors to people.
Yeah, Poffo, but I mean, Funk and Dusty, I'd say, are bigger stars than anybody in the WWF Hall of Fame class that year.
Yeah. I still look at WWF.
I mean, maybe Rocca, but
Rocca caused riots.
So long ago. It's so long ago that it's tough to say. Like when they say riots, is it like the 60-minute draws?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, if you watch any shoot interview, every wrestler, no matter.
No. The Rocca riot's real. That's a real riot. Okay. That got so crazy. They wouldn't let teenagers in. Like, you had to be over the age of like 16 to go to the Garden for. So I think Vince Jr. took over entirely. Like they fucking went crazy. They went.
Nuts. Yeah, I think you're crazy, man. I think the WCW Hall of Fame smoked it just with Inoki, Funk, and Dusty.
What was Inoki ever in WCW? except for that little run in like '94.
It's a wrestling Hall of Fame. They had Vern Gagne in their Hall of Fame.
Fair enough. Y'all, then I'm still gonna stick with mine, but I'll agree to agree. I'm not gonna switch my thought, but I mean, yeah, it's WWF, strictly WWF. They're all about them, but at least like,
well, eventually that would change because they would start acknowledging,
and they give Terry and Dory Funk 3 minutes to do their fucking speech, which I'll tell you right there, and that right when they started doing shit like that turned me off to their Hall of Fame. My favorite Hall of Fame they had was 03. 03 was awesome.
04.
Oh, sorry, it was 04. They had the ballroom. Just go, do your thing. I always thought it should be done not in front of fans. Do it behind closed doors. I don't like the fans being there because you know how I feel about the fans.
One more match. The guy's in a fucking walker.
Yeah, like I hate that shit. And I mean, I could be a real dick. I'm known to be a real dick, and I don't like. When they're chanting women's wrestling, like I'm aware there's 2 women in the ring wrestling. You don't need to fucking tell me, you morons. Like, or like this is awesome chant shit like that. Like, you don't do it because you're taking away from it. That's the thing, right? But before we get into the next subject, and by the time everybody reads this or hears this, it's gonna be long gone. But are you watching Full Gear this weekend?
Yeah, yes, I am. And are you watching Tribute to the Troops on Sunday?
No, I'm not. No.
Oh wow.
No, my Kansas State Chiefs are up for going for first place Sunday. And I will not be watching Tribute to the Troops. I wouldn't give a fuck. If I painted my wall, I would watch that drawing instead of watching Tribute for the Troops. But I'll tell you with Full Gear this weekend, probably for the first time, I'm going to actually buy it.
You're going to order the pay-per-view?
I'm going to order the pay-per-view. Yeah.
Are you getting a crew together?
Well, with COVID, it's tough. I've been trying to get a hold of one person who will go nameless, CH. We'll leave it at that.
Yep.
Who all of a sudden his phone never gets answered. I've called the guy for like 3 weeks straight. But I'll tell you that last review they had was amazing. So I'm hoping, knock on wood, this one's really good. Eddie Kingston.
Did you see that interview?
With Eddie Kingston? Great. It was great.
Well, I don't know, because there was an awesome interview on Raw tonight with Dana Brooke and
who gives fuck? I give about this much of a fuck. So we're gonna hop out of that bullshit. Fucking the Raw and WWE. Who gives a shit with the boneheads? We're gonna hop into the next section. And, I know it's 95, guys. I know it's like it's a pretty rough year, but we try to make it as entertaining as possible. The next one we're gonna have is Tag Team of the Year, and I already forgot who went last. Was it you that went last? Who went last?
The last one was Most Improved. Was it
Feud of the Year?
Oh, you went first with Malenko.
Okay, so it's your go for tag team. I'm picking. Oh my god, man! I can't think. Harlem Heat. Bam!
Correct.
Got one right. Got one right. Good stuff.
Harlem Heat wins it with 22,863 votes. First runner-up are the Smoking Guns with 15,302 votes.
Smoking Guns. They were horrible. They were dog shit.
Owen Hart and Yokozuna with 13,283 votes. And then Rick and Scott Steiner with 10,021 votes. Honorable mentions include Tony Anthony and Tracy Smothers, Marcus Bagwell and Scotty Riggs, Bunkhouse Buck and Dick Slater, Bobby Eaton and Lord Steven Regal, the Gangstas, the Heavenly Bodies, PG-13, Public Enemy, Raven and Stevie Richards, and Al Snow and Unabomber. And let me just say how completely random it is for PWI to sometimes call teams by their team names and other times to call them by their each individual name.
Probably just typing. They're just like, fuck it, just type it, whatever. It's like they feel a little risky. They'll type the full names if they put the tag team name in.
But not the Blue Bloods, but Bobby Eaton and Regal.
So guess who my tag team of the year is?
Is it Misawa? Is it Kawada and Tao?
Misawa and Takahashi. That's one hell of a tag team, man. That's the year they do that match with Kawada and Tao where they're beating up the Misawa and Kobashi jumps on top because of Misawa, stop the beating. Yep. I mean, they've done that since, but I'll tell you, man, that's my favorite tag match of all time. I absolutely love that tag match. It's fantastic. So, number 2, Public Enemy. Number 3, Kawada and Tao. Number 4, Headhunters. Number 5, I'm going to try to pronounce it.
Ow! Let me just stop you there. How the hell are Public Enemy higher than Holy Demon Army?
ECW. ECW, bro. Yeah. They're big ECW guys in 95, man.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but I'm just saying that's how it rolls. Number 5, Kyoki Inoue. Oh fuck, I can't pronounce Takato Inoue. Am I right? Is this right? Am I saying this right? You don't.
I don't know what you're trying to say.
Smoking Guns, Chris Benoit, Dean Malenko, PG-13, Harlem Heat, Raven, and Steven Richards. That is that. So we're going to jump back in here. So that one definitely Misawa and Kobashi. I mean, that's one of the greatest years for any tag team. Nonetheless, just 93 or 95. So the next one is going to be the best babyface, a.k.a. most popular wrestler. I am the first one up. And I want you to guess who it is.
Is it Onita?
Pierre Agawu. He gets that. I gotta find my list here. I got my format list all fucked up here. Where are we at here? Best babyface. Pierre Agawu and one Antonio Inoue. Oh my god, I am tongue tied tonight. Anodi. Tawny. Fuck.
Antonio? No.
Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, Sting, Masahiro Misawa, Keiji Muto, Undertaker, Public Enemy, Kenta Kobashi, and honorable mention, your favorite, Razor Ramon. Complete sarcasm because he's fucking annoying. Shawn Michaels for you.
That's a hell of a good guess.
Yeah, look at that pretty bastard.
Shawn Michaels wins it with 27,783 votes. First runner-up is Sting with 17,728 votes. Second runner-up is Diesel with 13,450 votes. Third runner-up is Hulk Hogan with 11,831 votes.
Right there.
Honorable mentions include Bam Bam Bigelow.
He's only here
Tommy
for
Dreamer.
2 months. What the fuck?
Well, I mean, he turned babyface right after Mania, and so
he looked like an idiot when he turned baby. That stupid fucking outfit he had on.
Oh my god, yes. And I mean, I'd say by July he was
jobbing.
Total mid card.
Yeah.
Tommy Dreamer, Bret Hart, Public Enemy, Razor Ramon, Randy Savage, Tracy Smothers, and The Undertaker.
I like that little move. I love Michaels. Well, how they with the other one, so I'm picking Michaels on that one. That's just automatic. I've never seen the other stuff. The next one, it's Editor's Award, which will be my favorite. My award is gonna be favorite Readers Wrestler.
Sure.
So Editor's Award. Well, Big John Studd, he died.
Nope. Good guess.
Who do you got there? Rick Steamboat?
Yeah, Ricky Steamboat.
Oh, because he retired?
Yeah. He retired in September of 94, so they gave it to him.
Is there any runner-ups, or is it just them?
No, they just give it to somebody.
Okay. So guess who the reader's favorite wrestler is?
Is it Shawn Michaels?
Naomi Toyota. I think that's Naomi Toyota. I think I said that right.
Yeah.
Okay. Shawn Michaels is number 2. Rey Mysterio's 3. Chris Benoit. Fuck, is that 4? Ric Flair at 5. Eddie Guerrero at 6. Sabu at 7. Cactus Jack is also tied at 7 with Sabu with 42 votes. Terry Funk at 9. Bull Nakano at 10. Justin Liger, Ken Shamrock, Kawada, Bret Hart, Al Snow, Sandman, and Great Sasuke. So that is the reader's favorite wrestler. Comeback wrestler of the year for you. Most overrated wrestler of the year for me. That's mine. I want you to guess who it is.
Is it Hogan?
He's American man.
Talk about a shitty fucking interest music. And before I get into the runner-ups, man, when they freaked out in 99 when he turned face, I didn't give one fucking shit. I'm like, why do I care? Like, that was so stupid. Dumb.
Nobody freaked out.
I remember thinking when he turned heel, when will he turn face again? I never thought it would last a long period of time. And I remember talking to TS, and you know that name?
Yeah.
and saying to him I remember thinking, oh, they'll probably do. I remember thinking like Great American Bash next year they'll do it. Like he won't stay heel forever. But when they turned it was so flat. It was so flat. They were just throwing things at the wall.
Well, it was a dead company at that point, anyway.
Yeah. Runner up are Lex Luger, Diesel, Mabel, Renegade. Fuck, he should have been higher than that. Randy Savage, Jim Duggan, your boy Bret Hart was that on there.
I don't get the hate. I don't get it.
Well, Bret didn't really have a good 95.
Yeah. It's not his fault that he was booked with, he had a good match with Kushi, had Diesel's career match, I'd say.
Yeah. Sid and Undertaker are the other two. For you, Comeback Wrestler of the Year. That's a hard one. Terry Funk? Savage.
Yep.
Yeah,
Randy
makes sense.
Savage.
Yeah, makes sense. He comes back. He comes back in late '94. What's he doing in '94 before? Nothing. He has one match with Crush, a couple matches with Bret in Japan. We never see him. And then he comes back and has it. He does have a good run. That's a really shitty year, but his stuff with Flair wasn't that bad.
You look at his '93. He had 2 pay-per-view matches. One was a Rumble, and the other was a substitute for Hennig.
Yep. No, he definitely had a good
they
95.
Completely wasted him '93 and '94.
Well, that's done to be for you. If you're over the age of 32, they're like, "Fuck you, you're done." They think it's like the NFL over there for crying out loud. Well,
not now, unless you're a woman. If you're a woman, you're getting fired if you're over 27. But if you're a man, hey, you're sticking around forever.
Yeah.
So Savage wins it with 20,036 votes. First runner-up, the Heavenly Bodies with 9,863 votes. Second runner-up, Savio Vega with 7,931 votes. Third runner-up, the Ultimate Warrior with 5,784 votes.
He has one match in Vegas or something.
Yeah, it's Hercules, I believe. Honky Tonk Man.
Yeah.
And he actually also wrestled some matches in Europe for Catch Wrestling Association. I think that's where he fought Hercules.
Yeah.
Votes for others include Chris Benoit, Marty Jannetty, Kamala, Raven, and Dick Slater.
Oh. Yeah, well, I'm going to go with Hogan being overrated. Definitely works, but we're not going to go between each one on the same award. The next one, second to last, is going to be Match of the Year. I'm picking your Match of the Year. Oh my God, is it Lawrence Taylor and Bigelow?
It's a good guess. Same show.
Oh, Michaels and Razor. Fuck, that was
Michaels and Diesel.
So Michaels and Diesel, yeah, the ladder match of SummerSlam.
No,
that makes sense.
Michaels and Diesel's the Mania 11.
Oh, it was Michaels and Diesel. I'm sorry, I thought it was Michaels and Razor. Okay, my bad.
Michaels and Diesel. Yeah, which is a shit match.
Yeah, that's weird.
They won it with 16,710 votes.
Not to give anything away, I was thinking, not to cut you off, but I was thinking about what we talked. I want to call a pre-production phone call. We're going to do another year here soon, and I was walking to the store to get some munchies for tonight, and I thought to myself, "Fuck, I know Match of the Year from that year, and it's way worse than that, brother. You wait when we get to that year. There's a real bad one for Match of the Year in PWI.
Oh, really?
Like real bad. It's pretty like fucking horrible. But anyway, go ahead with the runner-ups.
First runner-up is an actual good match. It's Jeff Jarrett versus Shawn Michaels with 15,831 votes. Yeah. Second runner-up is Harlem Heat versus Nasty Boys. This is from Slamboree. I don't remember this match.
No, I don't remember it either.
The problem was there were so many fucking Harlem Heat versus Nasty Boys matches that they all bled together. Then Psychosis versus Rey Mysterio Jr. And honorable mentions include Diesel versus Bret Hart. This is their Rumble match. Bam Bam Bigelow versus Lawrence Taylor. Brian Pillman versus Alex Wright. Tony Anthony and Tracy Smothers versus the Heavenly Bodies. That was from August 4th. From August 26th, Eddie Guerrero versus Dean Malenko. And from August 27th, that's the ladder match 2 with Shawn Michaels. And
how can that be so low compared to the other ones? That's crazy.
What I think it's got to be is, even though Mania 11 is one of the worst Manias of all time, you got to think probably more people bought it than SummerSlam.
Yeah, I guess, but Jesus, I mean,
okay. Only thing that makes sense in my mind.
So, who do you think my Match of the Year is?
It's got to be Masawa and Kabashi against Towie and Kawada, right? Oh, is it Toyota against somebody? Is it?
なるほど。さあ、どうかだった。早くもトヨタが仕掛けた。逆に井上が早い攻めだ。
The Tayoshi Tamura?
Yeah, Toyota against Kaioki Inoue. Yeah, I guess I can't.
Kaioki Inoue, yeah.
It looks pretty good. That mat looks hard as hell. I'll tell you that. I actually downloaded that match and I went through a little bit. It looked pretty good. Number 2 is Shawn Michaels and Razor at SummerSlam. Number 3 was Mysterio and Psychosis in Philadelphia, October 7th. Number 4 was the Misawa Kobashi against Taiwo and Kawada match from January 24th. 5 is Kobashi and Kawada from January 19th. Like, fuck, imagine how good that is, man. You get the 2 matches week to week, right? Where's my rest of my match of the year at? Hold on a second. Give me a second. I got Eddie and Dean from Philadelphia, April 15th. Masahiro Misawa, Kobashi against Tao and Kawada from June 9th in Tokyo. I don't know which one's which. That's the problem with Japan. I love Japan, so I can't distinguish the dates. So
the June 9th one is the one with Kobashi covering Misawa.
Really? So to me, that's the greatest tag match of all time. Mysterio and Psychosis, Ultimate Dragon, Lionheart. Then we have a whole bunch of other ones. Let's see if there's anything interesting in here. Nothing real crazy. Just like a shit ton of them, right? Mm-hmm. So that's that. And then to end off the normal, I call it the main awards, we're going to jump into Wrestler of the Year. I want you to guess who mine is.
The Misawa?
Let me ask you a question, and then I'll get into the runner-ups. We'll get into yours. Did you prefer Misawa? Who was your favorite of the 3? Like, there's really Misawa, Kobashi, Kawada. Who's your favorite of the 3?
I prefer Misawa.
Yeah, I think I was a Misawa guy, too. I do love Kobashi. They're all really, 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 really good. Mm-hmm. But I liked Misawa the best. I remember when he died.
I prefer Jumbo to all of them.
Okay.
But out of that era, I like Misawa. And the only reason I say that is because I like Misawa against Kawada. I like Misawa against Kobashi. I find Kawada against Kobashi.
Did you ever see when Misawa takes out the mask for Tiger mask? That's some great shit, man. That's some great shit.
Just throws it.
Number 2 is Michaels. Number 3 is Toyota. Number 4, Muta. 5, Eddie Guerrero. 6, Kenta Kobashi. 7, Kawada. 8 doesn't count. 9, Bret Hart. 10, Ric Flair. Honorable mentions: Chris Benoit, Rey Mysterio, Sabu, and then doesn't count.
Now, I have to ask you, who do you think had a better match of the year, PWI or W1?
I'm going to go with...
Not fair to say?
I did watch it a little bit. It looks much better. Yeah, much better than Michaels and Diesel. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Observer one. I'm going to guess your rest of the year is the great, your favorite, Shawn Michaels. Fuck Diesel. Yeah. Okay. You give me your runner-ups.
Yeah. Kevin Nash wins it with 24,209 votes. First runner-up is Shawn Michaels with 16,091 votes. Second runner-up is Sting with 12,801 votes. Third runner-up is Hulk Hogan with 11,349 votes. And honorable mentions include Bret Hart, Antonio Inoki, Mitsuharu Misawa, Razor Ramon, Sabu, The Sandman, and The Undertaker.
I'm going to go with Misawa on this one, like easily. He wins by a lot because fuck Diesel at that time. I mean, nothing against Kevin Nash. It wasn't really on him.
I disagree. Something against Kevin Nash. I'm going to say there is something against him.
He got shit on for that. I mean, they fucking gave him that gimmick. They made him like Mr. Happy and Mr. like fucking Santa Claus.
Here's the thing, though. You sink or swim. You make it work. Yeah. Like Dusty Rhodes made polka dots work. Diesel didn't start to work until he lost the freaking title, and he showed some goddamn personality for the first time since he was Michael's bodyguard.
Fair enough. Well, let's go with that. We're going to take a quick break, me and you, like right now, because I got to get some water, get all jazzed up, bring the other stuff, and then I will be back in 5. All right, so let's jump into the secondary awards. You're going with the predictions, Andrew, like we do every time. So what do you got there for us?
First one, I've got...
The 5 guys are going to have a big year in 96. That's the big thing, right?
Oh, yeah. That one? I have that. Who do you think the 5 guys... This is who PWI thought would have a big 1996.
I'm picking Skip for 1. Barry Horowitz, Alex Wright, Disco Inferno, Tommy Dreamer.
0 for 5. It's actually
fuck that shit.
The Giant, Eddie
well,
Guerrero, the Kid, Rey Mysterio Jr., and Devin Storm. And honestly, I think Devin Storm's the only miss that they had there.
Yeah. I mean, the Kid was already pretty much established by 95. I mean, why would they put him in there? And
I think that they just thought that he was going to go to that next level now that he had turned heel.
Yeah. Fair enough. Go to your go up to your what is it there? Sorry, your predictions.
Here's the predictions. This one caught my eye immediately. Shawn Michaels will wrestle Bret Hart to a 1-hour draw at WrestleMania 12.
What the fuck? Wow, that was real close.
Look at this. Steve Austin, Big Van Vader, and Harlem Heat will enter the WWF.
I got 2 of them right.
I know. Alundra Blaze will pummel Stu Sachs until she finally gets into the PWI 500. And the shocker of the year, the Dungeon of Doom will appear on Monday Night Raw Live, the same night that Ted DiBiase's $1 Million Team appears on Monday Nitro. The guy should have ended the other way around because he was off to a hot start. That was William Wright III from Pearl City, Hawaii.
Who did William know? He knew somebody.
Yeah, he did. Because those are some. I mean, Austin, I could kind of see because he was in ECW at that point, but I mean, still, Vader. That's good guessing.
Oh yeah.
Then we got this one here. WCW will sign Hulk Hogan versus Satan as the main event of Super Brawl 6. Kevin Sullivan.
Is that my ex-girlfriend? Because my ex-girlfriend's Satan, but I don't think she was even born in 95, so I'm pretty sure it wasn't her. Go ahead.
So then we have Kevin Sullivan will add the Green Giant to his Dungeon of Doom. Hopefully, I will witness an ECW card. Shawn Michaels will win the WWF World Title. That's that right.
Yeah.
Bobby Heenan will continue to be the best and most entertaining broadcaster in wrestling. In 95, really. Yeah. Well, I mean, 95.
Not 96. You're talking about 96 then, right?
96, yeah, I guess. But I mean,
but he's still good.
Who would you put above him, Lawler?
No, Lawler's better. I'd say Heenan's still pretty good, but tonight he starts getting in there. He's better, I think.
Yeah, he does something different, though. Shawn Michaels will win the. Oh, yeah, I said that already. Mabel and Yokozuna will team to finally rid wrestling of one of the most annoying characters, Barry Dubinsky. This was Raul Ulrich from Montreal, Quebec, with his predictions. And I'll do 2 more. We've got the Ultimate Warrior will enter the WCW and kick the Renegades' butt.
That was pretty funny.
By the end of the year, WCW Monday Nitro will be a bore, and WWF Monday Night Raw will remain the best TV wrestling show.
No, it will not
remain.
Could you imagine?
This guy watches Raw and Nitro and thinks, yeah, Raw's way better.
Think about 96, dude. Late 96 Raw compared to Nitro. Oh my god, Nitro blows out of the water. January
1 to December 31st, and all points in between, Nitro was always better than Raw in 96.
Yeah.
Pay-per-view wrestling will go through a slump. OJ Simpson will enter WCW, break every rule in the book, and won't stop saying to referees, I didn't do it.
That's horrible.
Big Van Vader, Public Enemy, and 911 will all go to the WWF. Tommy Dreamer and Raven will join WCW. Double J, Jeff Jarrett, and the Honky Tonk Man will record an album, but it will later be discontinued. And they were lip syncing in that Milli Vanilli were the actual singers. This is from Luc Charbonneau from Montreal, Quebec. And last one, we've got Dusty Rhodes will join the WWF when he hears Bob Backlund is giving everyone chicken wings.
That's funny.
Scientists will search for intelligent life in ECW and none will be found. A fan will pat the kid on the shoulder and get a paper cut. Mo and Mabel will get stranded in the middle of nowhere without food. Mo will never be heard from again. Gorilla Monsoon's commentary will cure many people of insomnia. A new study will prove wrestling Big Van Vader is more hazardous to your health than smoking. Hillbilly Jim will be injured while drinking milk when the cow sits down. Johnny B. Bad will replace Toucan Sam as the spokesperson for Fruit Loops. And Dave Sullivan will get confused when he is put in a round room and told to stand in the corner.
So that's kind of like a little bit rude, that Fruit Loops comment. I mean, that's obviously a gay comment. So whoever wrote that's a little bit, you're being canceled.
Yeah. Here, I'll name and shame. Let's see. What's his name here? That was Johnny Pluto from Pottstown, Pennsylvania. If you're still alive and you still survived COVID, shame on you.
Yeah. Even though it was 95, it was totally acceptable. Okay. So secondary awards. Most outstanding wrestler, Toyota. Man Toyota. Most unimproved. Guess who that is?
Is it Hogan?
You're damn Skippy. Most obnoxious.
Is that also Hogan?
It's also Hogan. Best in interviews.
Not Hogan. 95. Cactus?
Cactus, yeah, he did some kick-ass shit in ECW.
Yeah.
Gotta give him that. I'll give you a quick run of Flair, Cornette, Michaels, Public Enemy, Steve Austin, Al Snow, Arn Anderson, Shane Douglas. Most charismatic.
Is it Flair?
Sean.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, shit, I just lost my thing here. Sorry, everybody. I had to move that. I apologize. That's very inappropriate that I just did that. But you're gonna have to fucking deal with it. Because I lost my spot. I lost my actual list. All right, so back to the next one here. Best technical wrestler.
Benoit?
Benoit, yeah. Bruiser Brody Memorial Awards for best
Cactus.
Cactus, yeah. Best flying wrestler.
Is it Mysterio?
Mysterio, Great Sasuke is 2, Sabu's 3, Toyota's 4, Psychosis is 5, Guerrero's 6, Hayabusa is 7, Juice Liger is 8, and 2 Gold Scorpios 9. I'll mention is Ultimate Dragon. Most underrated.
Dean Malenko?
Skip.
Oh.
Chris Nino. Al Snow, Dean Malenko, yeah. All right. So best promotion.
ECW?
New Japan. ECW is 2, All Japan's 3, Ultimate Women is 4, AAA is 5, World Wrestling Federation 6, Smoky Mountain, 8 doesn't count, 9 USWA, IW Japan, and then WCW is last. I mean, that's just automatic. But the reason I say that 8 doesn't count, 8's UFC, and 8's UFC is not a pro wrestling promotion.
Yeah, I have a problem.
Mm-hmm.
If New Japan is the best, like these readers say, then how come Chono's the only New Japan wrestler to win any damn awards?
Oh, they don't know what they're fucking talking about.
They don't know what they're talking about.
These are guys, a lot of these guys who are voting are guys that, hey, we're better than the magazines. Fuck you. We're just going to vote to vote. That's
well, why are they voting New Japan over All Japan? They clearly are familiar with both. They're voting All Japan wrestlers for Wrestlers of the Year. They're voting the matches. Well, I guess not the matches of the year, but I mean, in certainly higher in the standings as far as honorable mentions are concerned. I didn't hear you read a single New Japan match. I didn't hear you say a single New Japan wrestler. And yet,
I'm not disagreeing.
Stupid.
Okay.
Stupid.
Best weekly television show. Excuse me.
Is it ECW Hardcore TV?
Mm-hmm. It's only the only thing they had. ECW, the New Japan, All Japan, AAA, Raw. They put Raw over Nitro. So they put Raw over Nitro by a good amount, which I don't understand that for the life of me, but that's fine. Best television announcer.
Is it Joey Styles?
It's Joey Styles. Worst television announcer.
Don't tell me it's Tony.
No, it's not Tony.
Is it Bischoff?
No, Bishop. Nope.
Is it Gorilla?
McMichael.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, and then it goes Bischoff. Goes Bischoff, Dusty, or Vincent Man, Sonny Ono, who I don't remember him ever doing commentary. I think he did it like once. Your boy Tony, Corey Macklin, Todd Pettengill, Bobby Heenan, Doc Henderson. That's it.
What world is it where Tony Schiavone is worse than Todd Pettengill? Does that make any sense to you? Have you heard Todd Pettengill do commentary?
Okay, have you read any any Observers once Hogan comes to WCW? It automatically is shit on it. It's just automatic shitting on it right away. Like they hate it instantly. And again, I'm going to say something before I go to the next award. Yes, I'm a Hogan guy, but I'm a realistic Hogan guy. I know Hogan's done some shitty things, and I'll be the first to admit the shit that he's done. And then when he stunk it up, you know what I mean? When he wouldn't job to certain guys or doing bullshit that made, like I talked about earlier with the Vader thing, the bullshit with that. But the thing is that I'm going right off. Like the second they just hate Hogan. The second he went to WCW, they instantly hate WCW. When they were
but to be fair, they kind of hated WCW beforehand too.
The fuck, have you read the 92 shit? He comes all over WCW. It's really good. But no. They didn't hate WCW like they hated it once Hogan got there. Once Hogan got there, they despised it. It's very childish. Very childish. Anyway. Best card of the year.
Dream Slam?
Weekly Pro Wrestling, April 2nd in Tokyo Dome. So is that Dream Slam? They just worded it differently?
No.
Then we have Smoky Mountain Super Bowl of Wrestling, New Japan UWFI, All Japan Women's SummerSlam's in there, Rumble's in there. Literally no WCW. So guess what the worst card of the year was?
It gotta be Uncensored.
Yeah, I'll give him that. Uncensored talk pretty bad.
Yeah, it's dog shit.
King of the Ring. I know you love that King. You love King of the Ring 95. Everyone, if you
what do you think is worse between those two?
Probably King of the Ring, because at least Uncensored was a little different. It sucked, but it was weird and it was different.
You didn't get 4 Savio Vega matches.
Exactly. And I've seen that don't forget, when we get into this whole thing with King of the Ring, I had to tape some of that shit too, buddy. Remember when I was helping tape? Yeah. You used to give me King of the Ring 95 all the fucking time to tape.
People requested it every free trade, it seemed like. I was like, why? Why do you want this?
That and that fucking Memphis shit you made me record. Anyway.
That's awesome.
In Your House, October 22nd. Bash at the Beach from Huntington Beach. That was bad, but it wasn't awful. Flair and Savage had a decent match.
They had a better one at Great American Bash.
Halloween Havoc.
Lumberjack, the lifeguard match.
But Arn gives a kick-ass DDT in that match when he comes in. Halloween Havoc, Starrcade 94. Starrcade 94 should be higher up. Fall Brawl, and then the next one doesn't count because it's not pro wrestling. Best wrestling maneuver.
Is it something Rey Mysterio does?
Yeah, Rey Mysterio flip dive into a Frankenstein onto the floor. Because let's see what else they got here. Hold on. Mysterio. Yeah, Mysterio's all over the place. Best color commentator.
Is it Heenan?
Lawler. Yeah, they give it to Lawler, which I'm not. Bobby Heenan's 2, Tenay's 3, Doc Hendricks is 4, and Joey Styles is 5, but he's not a color commentator, so that doesn't make any sense. Yeah. No, we already did that one. Worst wrestler.
Was it Hogan? No, Renegade.
Renegade. And then we have Jim Duggan, Dave Sullivan, Hulk Hogan, Zodiac. So someone's telling me that Jim Duggan and Hogan are worse than the Zodiac, who was a fucking zombie who wrestled one match on Saturday night. Like, just don't forget that. He wrestled one match. He was fucking... Anyway, whatever. Mabel and Sid.
Do you know who Zodiac is?
Well, who's Zodiac and Halloween Havoc? Who was it? Ron.
You're thinking the Yeti. Zodiac is...
Oh, my bad. My bad. Sorry. Well, no, oh, yeah, he was then. Okay, my bad.
Yes, no.
Yeah. What the fuck are they thinking?
That was actually his character from Mr. Nanny. If you've ever seen the movie Mr. Nanny.
Oh, is he in it?
Yeah, there's a scene at the start where Hogan's a wrestler, and he's managed by Sherman Helmsley, also known as George Jefferson, and he's attacked by Kamala, Jim the Anvil Neidhart, and Brutus Beefcake, all painted up like the Zodiac. And this came out in like 93 or something like that, so this was something that he had in mind.
Or if they just got lazy and said, fuck it, we'll just use that character. No one will watch that movie anyway. So who cares? Worst tag team.
Is it the Bushwhackers?
It was Bunkhouse Buck and Dick Slater. Which to me is like, what? Really? Like, they weren't great, but they weren't horrible. Yeah. Techno Team 2000, Men on a Mission, Bushwhackers, American Males, Harlem Heat, Dudley's, Blue Bloods, or Blue Brothers, sorry, and Owen Hart and Yokozuna. That's weird.
Should have been number 1.
Who's that?
The Harris twins. They're garbage.
Oh, you get the Bushwhackers. Oh, I love the Bushwhackers. Like we talked about before.
Bushwhackers are they do their role. They do what they're supposed to do. They get the kids into it, exactly. And they always get a big pop. The Harris brothers, from the first time I saw them to the last time I saw them, this is how many good matches that they were in, and this is how many good moments that they were in. They're garbage. I hate Ron and Don Harris.
So listen to this one. Worst television show.
Is it WCW Saturday Night?
It's Saturday night. right? Which wasn't that bad. It was
not even the worst WCW show. Worldwide's way worse.
Worldwide was 2. Mania was WWF Mania was 3. WCW Pro was 4. WCW Main Event was 5. Ozark Mountain was 6. Nitro was 7.
These people are just haters.
Action Zone was 8. Deep South was 9. AWF was 10. So what they're telling us, let's hear this out. Nitro was worse than an infomercial.
Can you imagine having the opportunity to watch Nitro or Action Zone and thinking about it for a second? Like, do you imagine, I don't know what to watch here?
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. Worst
do I
match
watch
of the
that
year.
Jeff Jarrett Doink match, or do I want to watch something good?
Worst match of the year.
Is it Sonny Ono?
No, it's the honorary Mr. Fuji Award because he gets it every fucking year.
Right.
Sonny Ono, Howard Whippleman, Jimmy Hart, Rob Parker, Kevin Sullivan, and Paul Bearer. Worst match of the year.
Is it that main event from Uncensored?
It was Sting against Tony Primero. It's Ludwig Warga. Isn't it the same one I'm thinking of?
Oh, Tony Hom.
Yeah. And then you have Mabel and Yokozuna, Duggan and Ming, Harvey Whippleman and Finkel. So someone thinks that Harvey Whippleman and Finkel was better than Duggan and Ming. Okay. Hogan and the Giant, Antonio Inoki and Sting and Hawk against Ming and Kurosawa, Mabel against Salvia Vega, Hogan against the Butcher. It's fucking stupid.
Wait a second. So you mean to tell me there were no votes for Blacktop Bully and Dustin Rhodes in that King of the Road match?
Let's see if we got honorable mentions. Nope, doesn't even get in there.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to go to worst feud of the year.
Is it Hogan versus Dungeon of Doom?
It is. And yeah.
It is the worst feud of the year.
It's pretty
That's
bad.
not hot.
Yeah. I heard that now. Jesus Christ. That was so fucking stupid. That was so stupid.
There's no Hulkamaniacs here, brother.
Oh, Jesus. Hogan's a corny. He knows how to act bad. He's in some bad fucking movies, so he's good at doing that. Worst on interviews.
Dave Sullivan?
No, it's the Hulkster, brother.
Oh, okay.
It's the Hulkster. Renegades 2, Sullivan's 3, Diesel's 4, Backlund's 5, Luger's 6. All that bullshit.
When you say Sullivan, is it Dave or Kevin?
Dave. Worst promotion.
Is it WCW?
It's WCW because that's who they hate that year.
WCW is way worse. Because WCW from January to September is shit. I would not argue with anybody.
But so is WWE. So is WWF. WWF's no better. It's not just worse.
WWF doesn't get better until like late November.
Yeah.
Like, so you've got 11 months and 3 weeks of dog shit. And WCW, you've got 9 months.
And at least WCW, you're getting some average shit in the middle. Like the main event scene's horrible, but you're still getting some half decent matches in the middle. Nothing too great.
I guess it all depends how big of a Michaels fan you are. If you're a big Michaels fan, 95 is okay because he's got the Jarrett match, he's got the ladder match with Razor. But so other than that,
I know. Best Booker.
Is it Heyman?
It's Heyman, yeah. Promoter of the year.
Choshu.
And I want to say something with this, and I'm not trying to be like a WCW favorite guy here, but I'll say this: they might have sucked, man, but they knew how to push their shit. Like they pushed a fuck. But listen, it was garbage, and once you ordered it once, you didn't go back until they started.
That's the problem, though. Like you have to be able to get those numbers. Like it's one thing to get eyes on the product, but do those eyes translate to dollars? Like, will they actually pay for it?
Yeah.
And will they stay for it?
Best gimmick.
Was it Goldust?
Disco Inferno.
Oh.
It's interesting. Ravens 2, Takers 3, Goldust is 4. Worst gimmick.
It's got to be somebody. Oh, is it Renegade?
Goldust.
What?
So Goldust is 4 in the best, but he's first in this one. I'll read them. I'm going to read them off to you. Dungeon of Doom is 2, Yetis 3. What's that?
I just said that doesn't make any sense.
Yetis 3, Renegades 4, Zodiacs 5, Sharks 6. He's tied with David Sullivan. Isaac Yankum's 8. Disco Inferno, who won, is 9. Bertha Faye that's fucking ridiculous. And to end it off, we're gonna go with most embarrassing wrestler.
Is it Hogan?
It's Hogan. And Goldust, Yeti, Renegade, Henry Godwin, Zodiac, Jim Duggan, My Flowers. I don't know who the fuck that is. Dave Sullivan, Disco Inferno. Honorable mentions Bertha Faye and Mabel. So let's just kind of go over this real quickly. They really hate WCW.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, and to be fair, yes, it was awful, but they're not like WWF was like WWF from fucking 87.
I know! That's the thing. Like, it should be more evenly distributed. Like, yeah, shit on WCW. They earned it. But don't excuse the WWF because
they wrote a book about that fucking year, for crying out loud, how bad WWF was. Like, they wrote a book about it that I actually bought and read, which surprisingly, it's called Titan Sink, and everybody should get it because it's a good book. Yeah, it's actually a really good book.
You know, actually, before we go further, in the PWI, they have title changes of 1995. So it has a list of every time a title change ends. There's only one champion who held their championship throughout 1995. You know who that is?
Hold on. Musawa? Who the fuck is that? I can't see it. Who is that?
That is... Let me get focus here.
I don't know. Just tell me who it is. It looks like someone towers on tail. Who is it?
Tarantula.
How the fuck was I supposed to know that? It's like when we do I don't want to say what we do because it's really horrible. Our guessing game.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna sit on the air. But you're just like fucking. I'll tell you, like, I can't even do it. We gotta do it. Maybe if people are watching this, we can set up like a trivia. And honest to God, if someone can beat you in trivia, we'll give them an award. What do you think of that? Like, honest to God, what do you think of that?
Yeah, I mean, if somebody wants to come on the show, and you know, we'll have.
I'll do the questions, and I'll give everyone my honest. I'm an honest person. I will not let him know what the questions are beforehand, and I think it'd be kind of fun. So if anyone wants to put in the comments, if they want to come on, we'll do a show with them. This is the deal. I'm gonna be very honest, people. This man is a walking encyclopedia. When I first met him, it's pretty deep.
I have my blind spots. Like, if you ask me, like, what was the main event of Bragging Rights 2009, or what was the dark match at SummerSlam 2006? Guess what?
Yeah,
I don't know.
You're gonna start doing it. That's my thing, and I think we can have a fun little time with it. I think if someone wants to put in the comments they want to take Andrew on, I'll do the questions. I'll let everybody know. Like, I'll make it even. I will do almost like a Jeopardy. We were gonna do it before, but never did it. I think it'd be kind of cool if we did something like that.
Yeah, and also just a reminder, we are still having that contest. Our 100th subscriber will.
If it hasn't hit yet. If it hasn't hit yet.
Yeah.
If it doesn't, we'll do something for 500. If it hasn't hit yet.
Yeah. We'll do the 100th subscriber, 500th, 1,000th, millionth. Those will be our tent poles.
And I'll tell you right now, if we hit 1 million, you fuckers are getting something real nice if we hit 1 million. Because I'll be not having to worry about money at all anymore. Money. I'll be wearing gold chains with that, just gold chains on the show.
Yes. So I know you're watching this. I can see the views.
Yeah.
You gotta subscribe, folks, because there's swag in it. It's like, I can understand not wanting to subscribe, to not have some other thing to worry about, some other alert. You don't have to turn the alerts on. We're the only channel on YouTube that are not going to pester you to turn on that little bell that you'll be given notifications when there's a new video. But subscriptions, we were looking for long-term fans. Yeah, and leave some comments. We want to interact with you guys in the comments. If you have any suggestions, any advice, any shit talk you want to do, that's fine.
And how about, go ahead, sorry. My thing is, quickly, if we go, I'm really into this trivia thing now. That's making me really start to rock and roll with that. I'll say we'll find a cool award for whoever it was. I think we should try to get a couple people in. It's not gonna be easy. I'm gonna be honest, and I'm not disrespecting anybody, but how much they know. I'm very big on questions, man, and there's some really hard stuff, and I'll put some easy stuff in there too. but some of it's going to be really, really hard. That's going to be really like, wow. But, we'll figure that out. I think it's a really cool idea. And maybe figure that out for the future. So anyway, that was 1995. Yeah, it wasn't that fun. I'll be honest. The show was fine, but it's 95. It's shit. I mean,
it's hard to get nostalgic for a year when you lived through it and you knew how bad it was. And the thing is, I've been on Twitter and I follow people and I've had followers who got into it in the 90s. And you have some people that are honest with themselves and they know that they got into it when it wasn't as good as it was previously. And you have others that honestly think that 95 holds up and they like 95. And they're not saying this ironically. They are legit. They are being authentic. They think 95 is a good year for US wrestling, not counting ECW. They think WF and WCW were doing fine stuff in 95. And it's like, man, I can count on one hand as all the good stuff in 95 for those two promotions. But overall, Wrestling Observer newsletter, 5. You picked them 5 times. PWI picked them 3 times. Do you think Wrestling Observer got it right? Or do you think they're anti-WCW bias?
Well, I mean, the main stuff they got right. A lot of it they got right. When they start jumping into the other awards like worst this, worst that, they really hate WCW a lot. I mean, it was obvious. And they've always been like that. They're like that now. Let's be honest. Like, I don't like WWE right now, but Meltzer definitely does not like them. And he makes it very clear that he's an AEW guy. And when
that's fine.
But when you're a journalist, you gotta be unbiased, and that's not.
Okay, so let's say you're a journalist. Okay.
Yes, I'm a journalist.
How happy would you be about watching 3 hours of Raw, 2 hours of SmackDown, 2 hours of NXT, 1 hour of NXT UK, 1 hour of 205 Live, then the occasional Tribute to the Troops pay-per-views that are 3 to 6 hours? Like, would you be in a good mood? Would you say, yeah, they're equal?
They're definitely not equal. They're definitely not equal.
They're both pro wrestling,
Yeah,
no difference.
It's not good. With that being said, we're gonna leave it at that. So we thank everybody for watching. Again, make sure you subscribe, leave comments. We're gonna get this trivia thing rolling. I'm down, man. I am down like a clown. So 3 people here think they can take him. Actually, I need 2 people. This will be 3 in total. If 2 people think they can take Andrew Ron, put it in the comments. We'll get it set up. We're going to do a Jeopardy style, and I'm super pumped. With that being said, we thank everybody for watching. Have a great evening. Thank you for watching Newsstand versus Newsletter.
Beautiful plaque. Okay, the first one is Billy Jack. Billy Jack was voted by all you fans all over the world as the most improved wrestler of the year, and I'd like to give him the plaque right now. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce the man who received over 12,000 votes. 12,000 votes as the most popular wrestler of the year. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the plaque, and now here's the man who won it by your choice, the former World Heavyweight Wrestling Champion.